Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, January 23rd. A powerful storm will impact the Mid-Atlantic region over the next 24 hours or so. Heavy rainfall, strong winds, and some of the wind gusts could actually reach near hurricane force later today, early tonight, just off the coast of New Jersey, just off the coast of Long Island. 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible at the coastline of New Jersey, Long Island, down near eastern sections of Delaware. 50-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts possible in the interior sections along the I-95 corridor. Certainly power outages are a concern, especially down near the coastal regions of New Jersey, Delaware, and southern New York State. The heavy rain has not really begun yet. That'll get underway over the next few hours and continue off and on right through the nighttime. One other factor of interest here, some colder air will wrap into the system in the overnight hours. Very likely could be a changeover in central Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania to ice and then snow. Some accumulations possible in the Poconos, for example. Even an outside chance that some sleet or snow mixes in here in the immediate I-95 corridor, certainly on the northwest side of I-95 later on tonight into tomorrow. But the big factor will be the winds and the heavy rain as well. Expect some coastal flooding. The high tide this evening is of probably the greatest concern. Very powerful winds, onshore winds out of the east to northeast over the next several hours. And again, gusts could reach near hurricane force just off the coast of New Jersey and Long Island later today into the nighttime hours. Here's the latest look at the pressure gradient, a very tight pressure gradient. The storm itself is located at the moment across the western sections of North Carolina. Central pressure down to about 18 inches or so. This will maintain its strength and move to the coastal sections of New Jersey by tonight and kind of spin around for several hours. We'll take a look at the very latest 12Z mesoscale model run of the NAM, the North American Mesoscale. We'll see that the storm kind of spins around for a little while later on tonight, and that'll prolong the period of heavy rain and strong winds, especially along coastal sections. Notice this tight pressure gradient represented here by these black lines, which represent lines of equal pressure isobars. Not only do we have this very deep low here in the western part of North Carolina, but we also have a very strong high pressure system across southeastern Canada. The difference in pressure between that high to the north and the low to the south is producing this very tight pressure gradient right here in the Mid-Atlantic region, and again could very well lead to some power outages, some damaging wind gusts that could bring down some tree limbs and some power lines later today into tonight. Well, as far as the rains are concerned, they really have not gotten underway yet. Definitely some heavy rain will first form just south of the Delmarva Peninsula and then kind of wrap around to the north and west into the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City metro region. Certainly from midday into tonight, there can be heavy rainfall. I expect anywhere from 1 to 2 inches or so along the I-95 corridor. And again, there can be some localized higher amounts of up to 3 inches or so in the I-95 corridor region from D.C. to Philadelphia to New York City. The heavy rain certainly will extend all the way to the coastal region and then ultimately move all the way up the coastline, reaching Maine, for example, in the overnight hours and early on Tuesday. Well, let's take a look at the latest water vapor imagery loop from NOAA, the GOES satellite. This is a colorized version here, and we see a lot of moisture riding in really from the Gulf of Mexico and the western Atlantic right up into the Mid-Atlantic region. A spin in the atmosphere right here associated with that surface low pressure area, and we'll see in a moment very vigorous upper level support as well. Very strong upper level low helping to set off the formation of this powerful storm at the surface. Again, the surface low right now over west North Carolina. It will maintain its strength and move north and east to off the New Jersey coastline over the next several hours or so. Overnight, last night and yesterday, some severe weather down here across the southeast U.S., especially in Florida. All that indicative of the very energetic atmosphere, and again, a lot of moisture feeding right into the mid-Atlantic right now from the western Atlantic and even the eastern part of the Gulf of Mexico. Well, let's take a look at the latest 500 millibar analysis. This is from the 12Z NAM model run, and it's the verification time is right now, early this morning on Monday. Very deep upper level low here over the Carolinas. Again, this is at the 500 millibar level. We know the surface low right now is just about underneath this upper level low across the western section of North Carolina. Let's just progress ahead here and see this is 3 hours later than now early afternoon. Notice everything just shifting slowly to the mid-Atlantic coastline here. Let's keep progressing here, and now we're to the early evening hours. Monday evening, that deep upper level low is a slow mover. Not only a deep upper level low, but a slow moving upper level low, and all that contributes to a long time period of heavy rains, and more importantly perhaps strong winds out of the east to northeast, again up to near hurricane force just off the coastline of New Jersey and Long Island. And that long period of east to northeast winds will certainly contribute to some coastal flooding, especially at times of high tide. Now let's keep pushing along here, and this is now in the middle of the night, that deep upper level low just now moving to the outer banks of North Carolina. And again, this will be a long event here going into the at least the morning hours of tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. Well, let's take a look at the very latest high-resolution version of the NAM model, the North American Mesoscale. This is the 4-kilometer high-resolution version of the NAM at 12Z. And I want to look here at the 10-meter wind speeds predicted here by this model, just to kind of look at the timetable involved. These are not wind gusts. These are sustained winds here. And this is right now the current time period with the low-pressure system itself situated right here across the western part of the Carolinas. Notice not a lot of wind right underneath that low-pressure area. It's the difference, again, in pressure right in this region here between this low to the south and a very strong high pressure to the north and east. That pressure gradient between the two systems is where the strongest winds are. Right now, some strong winds here just off the New Jersey coastline. Let's just push ahead on an hourly basis here. And here we go, that low pressure area. Notice the intensification of the winds here. This is now around the noon hour here. The oranges and reds, maybe 45 miles per hour or so. Again, sustained winds here. Let's keep pushing ahead here. Notice now a lot of winds here just off the Jersey coastline, Long Island. We are now into the afternoon hours. Let's keep pushing ahead. Very strong winds near Long Island, off the New Jersey coastline here. The low pressure now shifting off the mid-Atlantic coastline here. This is early evening. Keep pushing ahead on an hourly basis. Now notice what happens here. That low tends to wrap in around to southern New Jersey here. Again, this is the very latest high-resolution NAM model here, with perhaps the strongest winds of all in the overnight hours. This is now around midnight or so, early tomorrow morning, in the wee hours of the morning here. Very powerful winds here, and that storm just spinning around here off the South Jersey coastline here. This is around the middle of the night. Still strong winds here out of the east, northeast, now moving all the way up the coastline. And again, it doesn't relax until late tonight. Now this is finally tomorrow morning. Surface low itself sitting right over the southern tip of New Jersey, and the strongest winds by this time move up off the New England coastline. So my point is, very strong winds from this afternoon right through the evening hours, perhaps even peaking late in the evening, midnight or so time frame along New Jersey and Long Island and down across the Delaware coastline. Well, let's now take a look at the precipitation forecast by the latest high-resolution NAM model. Again, on an hourly basis, we'll progress through the current time period. Green, of course, is rain. Yellow is the heavier rain. Don't see any wintry precipitation at this time, but ultimately that does get involved. Now notice, again, we don't have any heavy rain right now in the area. but it will build to our south and southeast over the next few hours and progress to the north and northwest here by early afternoon. Some heavy rain across southern New Jersey and into southeastern part of Pennsylvania. And again, there'll be bands of this swinging around from the southeast to the northwest over the next several hours. Meanwhile, some purple's starting to show up, some ice, perhaps sleet mixing in the higher elevation regions of central Pennsylvania, way out in western Virginia, northeastern Pennsylvania. This is by late this afternoon, early this evening. Low pressure at this time situated off the mid-Atlantic coastline. Again, this kind of heavy rain location here south and east of the Delmarva Peninsula will push up to the north and west right into southeastern Pennsylvania. Notice that wrapping around here as this storm kind of spins around here. Some ice confined to the northern part of Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania. It's not out of the question. Some ice mixes in as far south and east as just to the north and west of the I-95 corridor in the overnight hours, even into tomorrow morning. Now here is still some more heavy rain bands in the middle of the night tonight, around midnight or so, as that low sits and spins off the tip of southern New Jersey. And again, all that action moving from southeast to the northwest. And here we go now by tomorrow morning. Notice this particular model is putting out some snow. It's one of the coldest models of all the models. Let me give that warning sign here. But it has some snow mixing in all the way down into the D.C. metro region, certainly across central Pennsylvania. There will indeed be some cold air working its way into the system here. Places like the Poconos can get a few inches of snow by tomorrow morning. Now this is early tomorrow morning, primarily rain, but still it cannot rule out a little bit of snow or sleet at times in the I-95 corridor. The low is still sitting and spinning. The strongest winds are certainly over with by this time. The brunt of the storm in terms of winds will be this afternoon and this evening, at least in the Philly, D.C. metro regions, maybe into late night across New York City as well. By tomorrow, the strongest winds will be up along the New England coastline. Let's now progress through tomorrow morning. The rain finally winds down here, so certainly can be some rainfall into the morning. Again, do not expect any kind of damaging winds Tuesday morning. All that will be, by that time, up along the New England coastline. So, very powerful storm will affect the Mid-Atlantic region over the next 24 hours or so. Power outages are indeed a concern, especially along coastal regions. 65+ mile per hour wind gusts possible along the coast. Hurricane force just off the coast. There already have been reports of up to about 57 mile per hour wind gusts at the Jersey coastline. 50+ mile per hour wind gusts possible in the immediate I-95 corridor. Heavy rain, if it hasn't begun already, will begin pretty soon and continue right through the evening hours. Everything tapers off tomorrow morning in terms of rainfall and winds. Turns colder tomorrow night with some clearing skies, and the colder pattern sets up at the end of the week. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.